Yeah, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Matthew Maley from MatthewMaley.com. We're back on the couch. It's Friday. It's time for another weekly movie review. This week, I grabbed a new release that I was actually interested in seeing in the theater, but never got around to it. And from the trailer, it actually looked pretty funny. So I figured, this is a perfect movie for me to review, and I'll let you guys know what I think of it. Well, speaking of Bad Teacher, starring Cameron Diaz, Jason Segel, Lucy Punch, Justin Timberlake, and John Michael Higgins. The only thing I was worried about going into it is I thought that it might be one of those movies where you see all the funny parts in the trailer. So I did have a little bit of consternation, and I was a little worried about that. But it actually ended up being a pretty decent movie. So the basic premise of the movie, from what you see in the beginning, is Cameron Diaz's character is really just trying to find a sugar daddy, and really just doesn't want to have to work, hates dealing with kids, really hates being a teacher, to be quite honest, and just wants to rely on her good looks to land her somebody with a bunch of money so she doesn't have to work. And this leads to some pretty funny scenes involving a potential mother-in-law and involving some fellow teachers and faculty, as well as some students, in her very crass, very crude, I don't really care attitude. So there were definitely some funny moments from that. Some issues with a fiance lead to her thought process that she needs to buy some bolt-on accessories, if you will, to land the guy of her dreams, which only thing that the guy of her dreams needs is a fat bank account. So most of the movie actually is based on her trying to save money in order to have the ability of getting these fake breasts, as well as her in somewhat of a war with one of the other teachers. Justin Timberlake's character plays a new substitute teacher who just so happens to be from a lot of money, as well as being a decent looking guy. But of course, he isn't interested in her and is interested in who turns out to be her mortal enemy. So there's some fun dialogue, some fun back and forth with that. Jason Segel plays a gym teacher for the school, who has always liked Cameron Diaz's character at least a little bit, but of course she has never paid him any mind because he's just a gym teacher and he can't buy her a Mercedes or any more pairs of Louboutins like she wears through the entire movie. Kind of tight. Love the red soles. Anyway, as well as John Michael Higgins, who plays the principal of the school, and there's some very funny dialogue with that involving dolphins. But overall, it was a movie that did rely on its crassness and the fact that you don't expect somebody like Cameron Diaz to say some of the things that she says, and it really is funny. And even though it's kind of a cheap attempt at humor, it is pretty funny at the end of the day. There were some pretty good laughs in it. Nothing, it isn't, epic levels. It's not groundbreaking levels in terms of comedy, but it was worth a laugh. And Jason Segel gives his ever-perfect, comedic timing. Justin Timberlake did a surprisingly good job for his role. Still don't think he's the greatest actor. I still think the best thing he ever did was Social Network, and I thought he performed so far and above anything he'd ever done before that. Anything else isn't really measuring up at this point, but he still did pretty well. I gotta say, Cameron Diaz was good, and I usually don't like her, but she played the part very well. She acted it very well, and because of how the script was written and how over the top and crass it was, it really took a lot of her need to act as much and just gave her I still don't want to say cheap, but it gave her an easy way to get some laughs and end up doing a pretty good job. So overall, I would give the movie 3.5 stars. I thought it was a little bit above average, and I thought it was worth seeing. I know, back to 3.5 stars. It's not one that I would purchase. I would not add this to my collection, and honestly, I probably wouldn't even watch it again. You know what? So let's downgrade it. I'm sorry. I'm horrible at this. Now that I'm talking it through in my mind, we're giving it 3 stars because it was an average movie. I was glad I watched it. I'm glad that I spent the $2.99 at Blockbuster on it, but I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to watch it again. And even if it was on FX, I probably wouldn't even watch it again. I might watch little bits and pieces of it, but because there were some funny scenes. But overall, I guess it is just a 3-star movie. Still definitely worth seeing. Good for some chuckles. You know, it's a movie that at the end you're like, all right, I'm glad I spent my hour and 45 minutes on it. But it's nothing game changing. It's not a movie like, it's not a comedy like Hangover where you sit there quoting lines. I mean, there are a couple lines, but one of specifically regarding to a scene of dry humping. I know it sounds weird. You'll see exactly what I mean. But other than that, there weren't a whole lot of lines that you think, oh, I'm gonna go say that, or a lot of scenes that you'd want to rewatch. But overall, it was a decent movie. So I give it 3 stars. I would say check it out. Go spend $1 if you get it at Redbox, $2.99 if you get it at Blockbuster Express, and make a night of it, and let me know what you guys think. For people who like Cameron Diaz, you're probably gonna like it a little bit more. For people who really like Jason Segel, which I was a big fan of his until I Love You Man, which that's another topic for another day. Kind of ironic that was on earlier today, and I watched some of it. And I like Justin Timberlake, so I'm always down, to support him. Amazing to think that a guy from NSYNC turned into a decent actor and a really good solo musician. Sorry, I can't talk. So yeah, sorry, that totally got off on a little tangent there. But overall, I'd be curious to see what you guys thought of it. So as always, I would love to get some comments, send me some messages, and let me know what you guys think. Did you really like it? Did you not? I believe there's an unrated version. I didn't see the unrated version. I just saw the standard version. So I'm not sure if there is or not. But you might want to see that. It'd probably be even funnier. But overall, 3 stars. I would say check it out. Rent it. Don't buy it. You might fall in love with it. Probably not. But, let me know what you guys think. So as always, Matthew Maley from MatthewMaley.com. Another weekly movie review, and Couch and I are going to be signing off now. So thanks for checking out my videos. As always, much, much, much appreciated. If you're up on YouTube right now, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel and you could like this video as well as throw me a comment. The first 2 are more important than the comment, but I love hearing from everybody, so I always appreciate that. As always, up on Facebook, like my page at Matthew Maley Poker. If you're up on MatthewMaley.com, thank you very much. Drop me a comment in the comments section. As always, follow your boy at Twitter, at Matthew Maley. So, until the next video, I'm signing off. Peace out, y'all. Have a good weekend.